What's up, guys? Jake Berlin here. Get ready because Avengers Infinity War is now just a few weeks away. The monster Marvel movie is now on the horizon, and we are so excited here at Apocalypse Movies in anticipation for the big, giant blockbuster of every Marvel character ever. We have decided to put an entire list of MCU movies ranked by a certain number together. Now, the way it works is we have put together our personal lists. We have brought them together by a point system. The point system works as follows. The first movie on our list gets 18 points because there are 18 movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The 18th movie gets 1 point. Everything in between kind of counteracts itself. We add that together. Highest points are at the top, low points at the bottom. This is not us saying that one movie is horrible and one movie is better than the most. This is what we got together with all of our lists combined. We wanted to do separate videos for you, kind of breaking them down, reacting, and kind of revisiting all of these movies because we have been through a monster journey of 10 years of Marvel movies. Now we're going to try and release 6 a week leading up, and that week of Infinity War we're going to release a number of different videos for the movie. We are so excited. We hope you enjoy these videos. And again, don't hate us for ranking these videos differently, but enjoy them at the same time.
The first Guardians of the Galaxy, I honestly had no idea what to expect. I didn't know anything about this team. They announced the movie, they cast Chris Pratt. I'm like, what is going on? And the closer the movie got, I got really excited. Obviously the trailers blew everyone away, including myself. So as far as going into it, I was just in the unknown, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on here. What is this? What is this team? a tree and a raccoon? What does this guy do? So I was very confused by what is this, but I was also very excited to see it's something weird and something different than what we'd seen up until then. So I couldn't wait to see what they came up with.
One of my concerns going into this movie is whether or not it would fit inside the MCU. The MCU has been so different up until this point, and even though Thor went cosmic, it's a very different type of cosmic in a way. It's so far away, it's out there, nowhere we've ever seen, and I think it ends up fitting in because of the future plans for Marvel at this time. They were going cosmic. We knew they were headed towards Thanos, and they gave us our biggest taste of Thanos in this movie. So I think because of how it fit in the bigger picture, it does fit into the universe at this time.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
I'm gonna die surrounded by the biggest idiots in the galaxy.
One of the complaints I had with Guardians Volume 2 is that it was just too funny. Like, the comedy they tried to do was too slapstick. It was just kind of too up in our face, and it just happened too often. That is nowhere near what happened with this first movie. It was such a surprise, such a delight in this universe. I enjoy this movie so much. Like, the comedy aspect of it, the kind of good time they have with the soundtrack and everything that kind of goes on is such a breath of fresh air in this universe. And that's why, even though I didn't like Volume 2, I enjoy it because it's such a kind of just departure from what we get in these Earthbound heroes.
You call me boy? I will unfurl 1,000 years of Kree justice on Xandar and burn it to its core. Then Thanos, I'm coming for you.
So a lot of people don't like Ronan the Accuser in this movie, and I think they're crazy because I think he's an awesome villain. I'm not going to say he's one of the best Marvel villains. I wouldn't even say he's a great villain. I just think he's a good villain, and I really enjoy him, so that's what makes him awesome. But one thing people talk about is his motivation. They say he doesn't have enough. I think he does, because if you pay attention to his dialogue in the beginning of the movie, he's talking about how his family was destroyed, his people were destroyed, and his one mission is to take out those who destroyed his people. So I think that's enough motivation for me. And he bashes a guy's skull in, and we watch the blood trickle down. Like, how crazy is that? Like, give Ronan a little bit more respect.
Daddy, hello, Mom. Cherry Bob, hello, world, and your
I think if I had a gun to my head and I had to choose one Guardian that's my favorite, I think I'm gonna have to go with Star-Lord. He's just hilarious. My other one is Drax, but I mean Chris Pratt is just hilarious at all times. He makes that character. He is that character.
All right, yeah, my favorite Guardian. I love Rocket Raccoon. Bradley Cooper, excellent voiceover with that character. If you really listen, you can tell it's him. But otherwise, I mean, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. He does such a great job with that voice and bringing emotion into that character, and also he's very funny, and you laugh along with him, but you also feel for him, and you get a sense of, you know, he does have pain, and you get a sense of why he does lash out at people so much, because he's an angry little guy. But some of it's justified. He's had a rough go at it in his life.
I would have to say that Gamora is my favorite Guardian after this movie. Zoe Saldana plays her so great. The character is so different in comparison to the other four that are involved around her.
If I had to choose, my favorite Guardian is probably Star-Lord. I mean, I just think there's something so cool about his humanity, that he comes from Earth and he carries that with him throughout his whole entire life, even though it was so long ago when he left Earth as a kid. The fact that he holds on to those things, and the stuff that he went through on Earth, the stuff that he experienced on Earth, the stuff that he loves, makes him who he is, like in modern day and current time. That's what makes the character so cool. So I definitely am a Star-Lord guy.
Am I surprised to see Guardians of the Galaxy such a hit in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? No, not really. I mean, look at what Marvel had done to this point. This movie released in 2014. It came after Captain America: The Winter Soldier that year. It came after the Avengers 2 years prior. All of the kind of intertwining that they already done to this point was already a giant task to kind of succeed at. And yes, like, you have a talking tree, you have a raccoon who's pretty much like one of the most badass characters in the universe, but I'm not surprised to see that Marvel pretty much crushed it out of the park with this movie because of the way they kind of went about it.
I think the success of Guardians honestly comes back to the humor factor. It is something that you don't see in a lot of movies, and it's just every single cast member of that movie is hilarious. It doesn't stop entertaining you. There's something always going on with each character that I'm not surprised at the success of the movie, because it's, like I said, it's freaking hilarious.
Number 6 on our list, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that it's actually that low. I thought that when going into this, that it would definitely rank at least in the top 5. I honestly thought there was a chance it would rank top 3. This movie is loved by everyone, and like I've said, it's such a departure from what we know in the universe that it just makes it so different, and it's such a good time to watch. And I think that 6 is kind of low for it, to be honest. And I don't know where it's ranked on Jacob's or Keith's or Brian's, but it's interesting that it did land at 6 behind a few other movies that maybe had a little bit more funny to them, specifically Ragnarok. But I think that, you know, it may be low to me, but 6 in a ranking of 18 movies is really, really good, especially when you have a movie full of a talking raccoon and then a tree who only says 3 words. And so, am I surprised? Yes, but I think 6 is a really, really good spot for it.